Hi everyone. Hi. Empower you on hospitality today, live from Italy, Le Rocche Hotel in San Piero Patti, where everything started. We are live. We have a lot of special guests today. Yesterday was not the day, but today is definitely the day. And we have the man in South Africa, our rock star.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Again, apologies for the crazy technical difficulties we had yesterday. But now, as Elio has told you, we have a very, very special stream live from where it all started, Le Roca. So we'll be having some very special guests as well, some great interviews. So today is going to be action packed. The hour is going to feel like 10 minutes. So yeah, got Abhinav with us also. Um, yeah, whole team is out. I'm sure as well the rest of the team is listening and watching intently. Thank you guys for joining.
Hey everyone. Thank you for joining us. And I'll say, sorry for today. Sorry for yesterday. Like it's happened. Like we have a problem. We have a technical problem. Saiful is like facing. Elio is not present. I'm also not present, and some other team members is also present because it's in India. It's like festival going on yesterday, so I'm not present at that time. But Saiful is trying to do the things, but he is facing some technical problem. I don't know why, but yes, he has done a good job to do the things like. But we sorry for that for yesterday, and yes, we will do it today. And all the team members are present today. We have some special guest as well from the Italy. So now we are live from Italy. I'm not from Italy. I'm in India, and I'm just lying for like live from India. But yes, Elio will be live from Italy. He is on the place where he has started. So we have the event today, the first day of the event that we have conducted. Today is 9th, and we will definitely going to be rocket today. Like it's a great day, and it's like with a full of energy. All the people are like feeling good and all, so we will rock it.
Yes, very good. I am very relaxed here with my comfortable, I don't know how to call it, armchair, and I have my very special guest who will talk next to me. Is present here live. He just flew from, where did you flew from?
I've flown from all over. I was in 7 cities in the last month, so I've been all over the place, and not spending more than just a few days in each city. And I'll tell you, our seating situation here is awkward, so I'm not going to be on camera. But here's another reason why I'm not going to be on camera is I want everyone on your call to know that I have no interest in being an internet celebrity in any way. I'm actually a very private person, um, and I'm going to make them an offer at the end of the call or at the end of my talk with them that is going to consolidate, that is going to solidify that, because they're going to understand I'm not making this offer out of any glamour or celebrity or publicity, but I'm making this offer as an investor. I'm an investor. I'm not an internet celebrity. So I'm going to make them an offer at that point that I want them to understand is going to be completely legitimate because I have no other motive.
Oh wow, who is our special guest? Who can guess his name? We're gonna tell you just in the end.
Nathan, by the way, you can refer to me as Nathan.
Nathan is our special guest. So there is no quiz for tonight. You don't need to guess. We just told you right away. But it's a very special guest. He came all the way here to meet me in person. Today we ate a very special sandwich, right, Nathan?
We did. It was amazing. He took me up to this hilltop in Sicily where we're overlooking everything. It seems like we're overlooking the entire countryside, and this place that's become famous, I guess, on Italian TV. And they made us their signature sandwich. And that's one of the things that I've been doing. I've been traveling around the last couple months. Is when I travel, I'm a little bit of a foodie, and I know this is a slightly off topic, but ultimately, I think the reason a lot of us get into this is because we love hospitality, we like traveling ourselves, and we like the whole experience. And for me, it's about sampling what really well and tasting their signature dish. You know, so like here we are in Sicily. I'm gonna have a Sicilian slice of pizza. You know, um, and I just came from I don't know. We'll pick we can pick any one of 7 cities, but I'm always interested in having whatever their thing is there, the experience. Because a lot of hospitality, as you guys know already, is about the experience. But what I would love to do as we start this out is maybe get some questions from you guys and just field some random stuff about almost anything to get a sense of kind of where you're at in the process in the game, for lack of a better term, so that I can kind of gauge whether you're in a super beginner place, an intermediate place, an advanced place, and uh, know how to talk to you about different situations that you might be interested in learning about. Does that make sense, Ella?
Yes, I think it makes very good sense. And does this make sense to you? Look at this. This is where we've been, right? It was the salami. It
Yep.
was the bread. It was huge, the bread,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
You said I'm not gonna finish today, but you did finish it. And my mother, she enjoyed. Also, yeah, we visit the city. Do you remember the name of the city? That little city?
Today,
Yeah,
Messina. No, we didn't go to Messina. We went to Monta, Mont,
Montalbano.
Montalbano.
Montalbano, that's
Thank you.
right. Montalbano is like the number one village of Italy, the most voted in a TV show, the most beautiful village in all Italy. And it's, how did you call it? A ghost city?
It was a little bit like a ghost town. It was surprising because it was so beautiful, but I'm not sure we saw another human as we walked around the streets.
You're right. No human people.
But it was during siesta time apparently,
Yeah,
so also none of the businesses were open.
yeah.
I guess everyone was taking a nap.
Yes, yes. Everyone was taking a nap, I guess, as well. Yeah, this is pictures from the town, the ghost town. They have a beautiful castle. We were about to visit. Instead, we visit their toilet, right?
Yes. Is so do your listeners or your viewers have any questions about anything yet?
We have Tsepo moderating this. I'm just gonna see who is into the live show.
So now we are live from the
Yes, Abina, we're live. Let me see. Yeah, we have Electro that joined, and we have Tsepo, and we have different other people. Actually, I'm gonna turn over to Abhinav. Abhinav, are you?
Yep. Sure. Definitely, I'll talk about today's topic. Today's topic is conversation. Okay, conversion. Sorry, and we are doing. We are. Can you hear me? Great. Like I was trying. Like I'm unable to yesterday, and Eli was also. We have done a good job. That will be by Saiful, but it's not working because of the technical issue. So we'll continue with the episode that we are about to do to yesterday, but we'll continue it today. All right. First of all, I'll say the congratulations to all the team members who are working on Mondosol, and we have successfully conduct our first event that is in Italy. All right. Today is like in 9th of October, and it's a great day for us. Like Elio is in Sicily, where the event is going on. It will be for 3 days, so he will be present from there, and he is live from Italy, from the I can say from the hotel or from the property where we are conducting event. So he is live, and we also have a special guest. He is like I believe he is like little bit. Shy to come upon the camera, but I believe in the end of this video maybe he'll come and see and show her his face. to come up and see what the industry is going on, right? And I'll say the things are going good and we are doing it on the basis like I'll say the conversation, like conversation is the things that we do in a normal on a normal basis, like on a normal things that we do to the people, to convince, to show the things how it's working and everything. So it's a good thing like that we are doing like and you are people like we are doing it from last I believe like 21 days now. Okay, and we are like explaining to people about the hospitality business, right? How it's going on. The first event is conduct in Italy right now, and the second one is in London. So we are also preparing for that. So I'll say topic about the conversation, like it's about how you can communicate to the people to whom you're talking, like to express your views, to convince them on like how they are doing, and to like you can say to share your things, right? That's I call conversation, right? What you have in your heart, you can share it with your mouth. So this is all about the conversations, right, Ilya?
Yes, yes. I don't know if the screen is showing my camera or not because Topo told me it was not visible my camera. And actually, your question is if the secret guest today, which actually said his name, will show up on camera or not. And he just told me that he's a private investor who wants to stay private. So no, he will just come on audio, so you will hear him. He's here for the seminar. He came all the way here, but he can tell you where he was before, right? Before coming to Sicily.
Yeah, I mean, I was in 7 different cities in the last month, and if I try to rattle them off the top of my head, we would say
Ilya,
I
the voice is not clear. Can you ask him to speak like a little bit more nearby the mic?
yes, sorry. I have been in
Okay.
7 cities in the last month, and if I try to rattle them off the top of my head, some of them were, um, yes, I was in Como. I was in Greece. I was in where was I in Greece? Halkidiki.
Kidiki.
I love the fact that I can even say that.
Yeah.
Um, we were here in Pietro,
San Piero Patti.
San Pierpati.
Oh, it's beautiful, Alkidiki. Never
Yeah,
been to Alkidiki.
it is in Greece. Yeah, and then the other city that you took me to earlier today,
Montalbano.
Montalbano, like the hilltop village.
Screen
And
share your
then
voice going live. Abhinav. Oh, just a sec. Let me see technical issue here.
okay,
So here,
technical issue. Please hold.
yeah. So
Can you guys hear me?
yeah, should be now better, right?
Is it better now?
Simple. Is it better now? And it's screen share. Your voice is going live to Abhinav. Yes, should be live to everyone in the team.
Okay.
But yeah. So San Piero Patti and then Montalbano.
San Pier, yeah, Montalbano, the hilltop village today, and before that, Como, Lake Como, and then Cernovia, the
Cernobio, not
Cernovio,
Como.
right
Okay.
next to Como also, and then before that, um, in in Halkidiki, Greece.
Alkidiki, it's beautiful
Yeah,
Alkidiki.
yeah.
What were you doing there?
Just went to a resort,
Oh
just
yeah.
relaxing.
Oh, relaxing. Oh,
That
beautiful.
that wasn't so much work, that particular stop.
Yeah.
Um, and then before that, Tel Aviv, Israel,
Oh, beautiful.
Jerusalem,
Beautiful.
and New York, and just kind of all over the place. And that's just off the top of my head. But did we get any questions come in from anyone on the call? Like, what do you guys want to hear about? Do you want to hear about traditional hotels and hospitality? Do you want to hear about Airbnb? Do you want to hear about short-term rentals? Do you want to hear about the internet marketing of them, the running of operations? What exactly? Because you can throw pretty much anything at me in this space, and I'm pretty sure I could give you an educated answer on it. and backed by some experience. And I'll be modest by saying some. So just throw anything at us that has to do with this space, and we'll all try to tackle it as a team.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Um, well, let's see. Abhinav,
Can you hear me now? Sorry, I was like muted by incidentally. All right, I was just listening what he was talking about, right? And I'm sorry I didn't get his name. What is his name? Nathan. It's Nathan, right? All right, Nathan. Okay, all right, no problem. Because like once you are talking to with him, I was just listening and I was just concentrating on the voice, what he's trying to say because like it's a little bit low. Okay, maybe it's like good on Facebook. I don't know. Maybe Saiful can tell that. But like when with this green room, like it was very very difficult to me for me to hear that what he's trying to say. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Like, it's really problem for me. Maybe the speaker is not working, but yes, I heard in the things that he is was like asking the questions what you want to hear about, like something related to Airbnb, hospitality business, like it's a traditional one, right, Elio? Uh, I believe you're using your laptop, right? Yeah, you're doing this some talk talk and all. It's like it's happening. Okay.
um, so what I wanted to say today, we're
Mhm.
finally back. We got a decent connection yesterday. I just came, even Nathan. We had a crazy trip from the airport to here. I can tell you mine. The lady didn't want to give me the car if I didn't want to pay for the extra insurance. And Nathan can tell you his story with the taxi driver. How much did he charge you?
Well, he actually tried to charge. He actually tried to charge me 320 euros for the taxi ride.
Jesus Christ. What a rubber. It's
No,
crazy. It's crazy. It's
that
like 2 hours drive. How much do you pay in US for 2 hours drive?
It would probably be about $200 US, but um,
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
that's
Yeah,
that's that's a flight charge from India to London for
it's
one side.
yeah, no, it's right.
It's
It's
really
all
like
right.
it's a
It's
lot of
crazy.
fun.
Transportation here in the highland is not good at all.
Yep. And one thing, Ilio, like I have sorted out the visa thing. All right. Maybe I'll be getting the visa in like in next 5 to 10 days. Everything will be going to sort out. So hopefully I will be join you in
What is
London.
this visa? I mean, since you just name it, just explain to the public what is the visa for, right?
Yep. It's a visa for host event that we are coming to London. We got this opportunity to join the host event. It will be hosted by the biggest companies in the world. That will be like HomeAway, VRBO, Airbnb, Expedia, then Kigo. It's all about the companies that is like coming over there. So we also will be present there. We have this like 124 stand number. The stand number is 124. We will be available over there. You can come us and join us, and you can talk to us. Whatever the questions you have, we will be available to show you all the things on our laptop. And yes, we do have this. Uh, you can say a public meeting. The Elio will be going to come or like speak about the Mondosol over there for 20 minutes.
Yes,
And
yes. I will be speaking. Nathan will be there, right? Nathan, are you coming to London?
yes, I will be at the London Host Conference. I actually met with the some of the organizers of it when I was in Como a few days ago, and it promises to be one of the largest events. Well, it promises it will almost definitely be the largest event in Europe on this subject. I'm actually probably headed there back from the States because I have to go to New Orleans to VRMA International and day after tomorrow. And then I'll hopscotch back across the country. I'll probably go Las Vegas, New York, and then end up back in London to meet up with a bunch of property managers that I met when I was um, in my travels in the previous few cities I was just in. Um, so, so where are you guys at? Are you in your journey? Are you doing short-term rentals? What is your where are you at? And you can give us some direction on where to go with what content you'd like to hear about.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very good question. You guys listening now, you can answer to our secret special guest, Nathan, the investor, where you are, at what stage you are. You're a beginner, you are a pro. How many units do you manage? Do you own? Do you sublease? What is it? Is it a private unit? Is it a commercial unit? How many years of experience have you got? Do you like it? Do you love it? Please answer, and we will try to also answer all your questions that you have. If you want to ask something specific about investment, if you're looking for investors, if you're looking for investment to get properties to lease, to buy, you can ask any question today. We have a very special guest. Also, I'm here live from this beautiful property where we have this live event. I'm not sure people can see my camera. Um, yeah, I think I have the camera turned on, but I'm not sure is it showing correctly. So I'll just guess it's now live. Maybe someone can give me a heads up. The question to Nathan: how did you start, and did you always know you would be using the strategy you use now? That's the question for you. How did you start? And
Okay.
did you always know you will be using the strategy you use now?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I'll tell you this. I actually started property management back in college. I was just looking for a gig for pizza and beer money and an off campus apartment place to live. And I found this house and I said to the guy, just rent me one bedroom because I only need a bedroom. And he's like, well, I can only do that if you can find people to rent the other bedrooms. And so that's what I did. And then from there, every year I was doing his college rentals and I was probably renting, you know, uh, I don't know, at the time, probably $10 million in real estate, and this was a long time ago. So the value of that now is probably $50 million. And just for pizza and beer money, I wasn't even getting that much, but I was getting more than, had I been working at McDonald's. And then it was kind of real estate for me was always kind of on the back burner, but it was never something I really wanted to do because I didn't consider it to be a real career. So I was working on my career at the same time, and but it was always there, as a side gig, earning extra income. And at a certain point, that many points, I saw how much it was making in relation to what I was making as a white collar, college educated professional, and especially when you look at the hours I was spending on it, and my hourly wage on what I was doing in real estate was so much higher than what I was making, in the New York City metro area, as a white collar educated professional working a white collar job. And I think about 5 years ago, I finally just stopped fighting that real estate is not a real career thing. And when I jumped into short-term rentals, because that definitely is a little bit more is more labor intensive. We'll just say that. Um, and and so that's. But I even did vacation rentals probably 15 years ago when I had a beach house and we did shares. I mean, that really was, if you look at it, the birth of um, shares and the Airbnb type thing. At the Jersey Shore, we had a beach house.
Oh,
I
wow.
I had a beach house. I rented a whole compound, and I put beds in it, and I rented out beds for the summer. And that was like 15 years ago, at least, probably more.
Where in New Jersey?
This was at Long Beach Island in New Jersey, um, just a couple blocks from the beach. And it was a lot of fun. But again, it was stressful. And about halfway through the summer, I really didn't want to go to the beach anymore because it was more like a job than anything else. Um,
Is it something like this? Looks like this?
yeah,
Yeah.
very, very, very similar. When you walk the 2 blocks to the beach and you get there, that's almost exactly what it looks like. So
Nice.
So I was always kind of doing vacation rentals, and I was also always kind of doing rental arbitrage. I've been doing those two things for a long
Can you
time.
explain what it is?
Rental arbitrage is what some people use to describe rent to rent, or another term for it would be master leasing. And that's where you rent a space and then you parcel it out, you sub rent it by a smaller segment, perhaps weekly or nightly, and your lease is more of a long-term traditional lease.
Okay. Is this your house?
No, no, that one is directly on the beach.
Yeah.
Ours was a couple blocks from the beach.
Okay, nice. So master leasing, rental arbitrage, rent to rent, subleasing. Okay, yeah, that's basically where you're taking over a rent from a owner, or the owner is renting to you and you're renting to someone else.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you guys have probably heard this term before, I assume.
Yeah, I think some of us did, and I was talking to you about this course I did with Ty Lopez Company. You remember?
Yes.
Yes. So that course was all about master leasing, and is also another course on Udemy about rental arbitrage, which is the same thing. It's a very common thing in US to do this rent to rent. In Europe, it's not always legal to do subleasing. You have to ask expressly to the owner to put it in the contract, and most of the time they don't allow it because a lot of people are doing it illegally.
Yeah, and that's the same in the U.S. I mean, people think it's easier to do it in the U.S. I don't know that that is necessarily true. Um, in the U.S., technically, it should be uh, you want it to be expressly in the contract as well, ideally. But if it's not precluded. So I guess that would be the small difference, which is really in a lot of ways academic. Um,
Yeah, so master leasing, you said it's not that easy in US, but it's definitely very common. That's how uh, Brian and Joe Gabbia, the Airbnb guys, they started. Now they were renting and they sublet their living room, their floor.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why Airbnb as a platform has made it so easy for people who are renting and not necessarily owning the property to list their listing on Airbnb without having to jump through a bunch of regulatory hoops, because that is the origin and the foundation of the company. Them renting an apartment in San Francisco and throwing an air mattress on the floor. They didn't own the property, but they were renting it. And my guess is that they probably did not have express written permission to rent floor space to strangers. And my guess is furthermore that their lease probably specifically precluded it, but they did it anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right. So the Airbnb story, the Joe Gabbia and the Brian Chesky. There is a book called The Airbnb Story that tells the story about how the Airbnb was created based on a credit card debt or many credit cards. Someone called them cockroach, and then some clever investor named, I think it was Paul Graham, director of Y Combinator, where Airbnb has got accepted. He has put the first money to Airbnb to grow. I think it was 120,000, and then a pool of investor and that actor as well, very famous, who did Steve Jobs in the movie. I don't remember his name, but anyway, he put a lot of money, and so they had several rounds, and now they're about to be quoted. No IPO. It's 30 billion valuation.
Yeah, and in my opinion, it could be higher, but there are certain things that they're not optimizing.
For
But
example,
that's maybe a higher level discussion for
yeah,
another
higher
time.
level discussion. Yeah, yeah. I'll be interested to know. Salvo, Tita, you want to come, Tita? We have the owner of this place, our lady here today. Uh, I'm not showing the camera, so she will only talk, and you can say hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, we are live from her beautiful place. Let me show it to you. And we are here as a guest in this beautiful property here in Italy. Tita, do you want to tell a little bit the story? How did you start this? What you want? She's asking me what to say, but she's very modest, and I really like Tita. She's actually a person with a lot of experience. She's a teacher, right, Tita?
Yes.
They will not hear you otherwise. I need to put it close to
What
you.
is?
It's the microphone only, and I'm
Yes.
showing you the place. People are just looking at pictures, not at you. So you can just tell a little bit your story, how you started this. How many years ago? 20 years ago?
20, yes, 20 years ago. And
Why did you start this? It was you, it was your
why?
husband?
Because we had this property and our desire, me, mine and my husband
Your husband as
back
well.
then, yes.
Was here this morning. Yes,
Yes,
was here
yes,
this morning.
was here this morning. Was to open to realize this agritourism in Sicily.
Agritourism is like a farm hotel.
Yes, farm hotel
Farm hotel.
in Sicily.
In Sicily. Beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful area, and not so maybe known. Yes, not so known from the public because I think when they people associate Sicily, they think Taormina, right?
Yes.
But this is a
But
beautiful
Sicily is
area.
not only Taormina.
Sicily
Yes.
is not only Taormina, and here there is actually the famous Aeolian Island that are very
Yes.
close. Also the volcano, the
Yes.
Etna is very close.
Mhm.
And then there is the sanctuary of Tindari that is very
Yes.
close. So those are the main attraction for people to come here and visit this place and enjoy the nature.
Mhm.
Nature is like the most important part. And I remember first time we came to Sicily to Tita in our beach house,
Yes.
right? You have a beach house. We brought family from Norway. They never been to Sicily before, and they were amazed when they saw the Nebrodi Park, which is the biggest park in Sicily, and it's so green that they couldn't believe. Now coming from Norway and here in Sicily, they were expecting desert and beaches, and then they find out deers and forest. So they really loved it, and I'm sure if you love nature, you will love it too. And Tita, you want to say something else to the people listening? This is about hospitality. That's good. Thank you very much for coming here to the show to Tita and for having us as their guest. We're really having a good time here, and we'll be happy to welcome you here. If you have any special need, here they're arranging weddings. They are also arranging parties, birthdays, or any kind of celebration. They have a very big restaurant, 150 to 300 people can be. They have a smaller hotel for 40 people, 12 rooms, so very
Yes.
exclusive. And they have three pools. They have also horse riding, tennis, basket, archery, ping pong, and a lot of other activities in the nature. So you're more than welcome to come here, right, Tita?
Yes.
Everyone
Right.
is welcome.
Thank you, Elio.
Thank you, Tita. Thank you. Okay, coming back, coming back here, going to our very special friend and guest. Thank you, Tita.
Any other questions?
Any other question? Any other questions? Live on Facebook and YouTube and Periscope. Any other question for our special guest? So you were saying the story of how you did start actually without even thinking about it with the beach house. So you were renting out this beach house, and maybe it wasn't even called short-term rental, right?
No, yeah. I mean, in property management, I started in college, but in vacation rentals, I started with this beach house, I would say 15, 20 years ago. And I was just looking for a place to go to the beach in the summer personally. I wasn't necessarily looking to start a business out of it. I already, uh, I already had stuff going on. And my knowledge of property management, I found dovetailed very nicely with short-term rentals, and so the two things were married. Are you have any questions there, Elo?
So, do we have any question here? Do we have any question here? Let me see. Abhinav.
Yes. Yes, yes, yeah, I heard about the story. I just want to know that I heard of the things that he started the business like 20 years ago with a beach house. Okay. Uh, Now if I'll talk about the situations now, like what is the market is going on about the hospitality, like how's the business is going on, and how people l- if a new person is trying to get this business, like how they can start, right? How it's a beginning. Like if they are doing a beginning, how they're gonna proceed.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a great question. Thank you. Okay, so right now where we're at with our portfolio is uh, we have quite a bit going on. But what I would say about how the best to what we're doing is we're buying and we're master leasing properties right now, and we're looking to do larger and larger deals. But we'd also like to go into other cities that even cities that we're not in. Um, and so that kind of segues into the part B of your question, which is how can someone new get started? And here's what I would say, and this segues into the offer that I'm going to make to you guys is there's probably, I imagine, a lot of you out there that are trying to learn um, how to do all of this and what goes into it, and then maybe some of you know what you need to do and are just short on cash. And then maybe some of you know what you need to do and you're not necessarily short on cash, but you don't necessarily want to take the risk of your own cash. So here's what I'm going to say to everyone that's listening on Elo's call. Um, I am going to be your bank. I am willing to be your bank for any deal you come up with. You put pencil to paper, you do the math, you email it to me. You don't need to include the exact street address, but include the neighborhood and tell me what your business plan is, what you think it's going to get in occupancy rate based on what other people in the neighborhood are getting, what you think it's going to get based on average daily, nightly rate, based on what everyone else in the neighborhood is getting from your research, from looking online, and you do the calculations and you tell me how much the place costs, and I will put up the money.
Oh,
And
wow.
we will do this as a partnership. And I got this idea actually from talking with you today, Elo.
That's right. We were
Um,
talking together today, and we were thinking to start where? You remember?
yes, Oslo.
Oslo, in Norway.
Yeah. And so, or whatever city you happen to be in, that is the best place for you to start because that is the city that you know. And here's the way this is going to work: you're going to get sweat equity in the deal. That means I put up the money, you do the sweat equity. That means that you do the running around, you are the boots on the ground. And this is almost like a free franchise because I already have everything in place to handle all of the technology, the software, the internet marketing, the pricing. I have all of those people in place, the guest communications, the virtual receptionist teams, all of that is already done. I just plug our new property into that system that I already have built, and as soon as we get the furniture in there and the lights turned on and all of that done, we start making money on day one. And that's ultimately the reason why people buy franchises and they spend $1 million just to get the license to have McDonald's before they even get the place or do the refurbishment. because they want to be plugged into a system that works. And so that's what I'm offering you. And basically, in the process, I'm going to end up being your coach because we're going to be doing this deal together. So you're going to learn the business from the inside. All you have to do is find us a good deal and email it to me. But make sure you do your homework because that's important. And even if you don't know what you're doing with math, take a stab at it and I'll walk you through it. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you guys my email address so that you can email me when you find these and remind me of this offer and we'll go through it. But start by concentrating on the city that you live in, the area that you live in. You ready? My email address is N like new, Y like York, L like Lair, A like air, I like indigo, R like Robert.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Sure.
And like Nancy, yes.
N like new, Y like York, L like Lair, A like air, I like indigo, R like Robert, C like chief, H like Harry, I like indigo, E like elephant, F like Frank, at gmail.com. So that's nylairchief@gmail.com.
Yes. Is it like this? Yes. Is it spelled correct?
Yes, that looks correct to me.
Yes. So for everyone looking at the screen, you can see I just typed the email of our special investor, special guest tonight on a special location. We are live from Sicily. So you got the offer, right? You understand that this is a one time in a life, one in a lifetime offer that basically you get to have a bank without, you don't need to have a credit score, a credit check. What you need to do is you do your job, you run your numbers, you're local, so you have an extensive knowledge of the area, of the market. And so if Nathan here then likes what you got, in terms of the property, and then the numbers that you've done, if it makes sense to him, then it will make sense to you later on, because he's going to give you his expertise, his knowledge, and most of all, he said he's going to put the money. So this is a great opportunity. Use with moderation the email, because he doesn't want to have thousands of emails every day, and it's just for serious people here. He's a very serious person. He took the plane, all the way to come here to meet us in person, and I can tell you right now that he's a very committed person to this sector. He's not joking. He's not wasting anyone's time. Is a serious person, so he expect you to be as serious as him. Okay, so take this opportunity very seriously.
I'll tell you this. I know that there's a lot of people when they study self-improvement and things like this and how to make money that they kind of get lost in paralysis. They get lost in analysis paralysis, right? There's so many things to learn. It can be overwhelming and you just get lost and then you just do nothing. So what I'm saying to you is I'm going to take a lot of those barriers out of your way. We're going to use my cash. We're going to use my credit. Don't even worry about those things. Okay? And
Just find a good deal.
yeah, just find a good deal and bring it to me and we'll do it together. Now, I'm going to say this as a caveat. Ultimately, the idea of this is to have income greater than what you're having without having to break as much of a sweat. However, that doesn't mean that you're never going to have to work. I will tell you that to set up your first place, you will be working every day for the first month from sun up to sundown. And after that, it should run itself. And so your sweat equity in this is that that's going to be your role. You're going to be the person every day from sun up to sundown, getting this place ready, handling the next task, receiving packages, setting the furniture up, etc. Okay? So, any questions about this offer?
Let's see if we have any questions from the audience, from our team. We're having, a very amazing offer, a one-time offer. I can see there are people watching. is actually the co-founder watching us, and I guess even my daughter, which I welcome to the show. Ciao Emily and hi Lynn. For the people watching here, a lot of friends and family, we're talking about conversion today, and what greater us today we had the owner of this place, Miss Tita. Not sure I can show to you, Miss Tita. And then we had a very special guest as well, Nathan, and is here with us in this beautiful place. I just named it before. It's called Rock in Sampirpati, and you got this great deal. Basically, what it is that you can now partner with Nathan. This guy has a lot of experience and knowledge. He's running a full operation with a lot of properties. He will tell you more details about that if you haven't heard it before. And is offering you the chance to work with him with his capital and experience and knowledge and team and technology. So it's a done deal. What you need to do is locally find yourself, a property that makes sense, run some numbers. You can use some tools, you can do it manually, and then come to him by email, sending a proposal, and he will just run through the number and see if this makes sense. We definitely gonna go together with Nathan. We were talking about Norway and Oslo, and we will see about other location. Now we are even considering, several markets. We were talking with Abhinav before.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, surely. I will be planning for that, like, because before putting someone money on the market, like, we need to first think about the things, what the process is, like how the property would be going to produce in the future. Oh, yes, 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 definitely. I came through this hotel in Goa. It's in North Goa. Okay, it's nearby in Condlium Beach. Right, they are asking about like 6,000 euros for a year, like 50 lakh rupees for I'm not sure about like 50 lakh rupees for a 11th month agreement. They would be going to do the agreement for 11 months, right? Rest of the things that we need to do. It's a nice hotel. Like, I have gone through it. Okay, but yes, not personally, but with the like the locations and everything on internet, it's good. But yes, if I would be looking, if would be asking for the guests to invest on it, then definitely I will be go there and watch where the property is located and how the um, business going to come in future, right? Because investing money, it's good, but if somebody is willing to invest the money, then you should always be responsible for that. At least he is like giving his hard cash to grow you, like in this hospitality business. So definitely we provide him those properties that would be like good and can make much more money what he is investing with us, right?
night, not this month, but next month. I look at Tuesday or Wednesday night 2 months from now. I look at Tuesday or Wednesday night 3 months from now. I look at Tuesday or Wednesday night 4 months from now, 5 months from now, 6 months from now. And now I know roughly what the price I'm going to get should be if I'm comparing apples to apples. I don't look at Saturday night. And the reason I don't is because Saturday night might be higher, it might be an anomaly. So I do the deal conservatively. So if the deal works using a Tuesday or a Wednesday night rate, uh, then that just means it's going to be an even better deal. But at least I'm protecting the downside by figuring my numbers conservatively.
Okay, I'm on kayak. I just put this area here, 10 to 11 of October. It's Thursday to Friday, and I can see there are a lot of property in kayak. They're actually scraping from hotels.com, Priceline, Hotwire, and Booking.com.
Okay, but
some others.
instead of that, go 4 weeks into the future in November on a Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. So let's pick the 19 of November to the 20, and let's look at that one night.
Right. Now, what's the quality of that property?
You mean the one in India?
Yeah, the one that he's talking about.
So it will be Goa. Let's see.
If you look through this list, if you sort this list by star or whatever, sort it by price is probably the best way. Where does that property you're talking about fall in to the mix? So sort it by price from low to high, and where does that property fall into the mix? Where would you say, yeah, it would be right in between there? Almost like you're doing kind of an alphabetical, almost like you're doing a strange kind of alphabetical order.
Okay. So now I'm in Goa. I am there from the 19th to the 20th of November, and I'm looking at properties starting from $1, $3. Oh wow, $4. Very, very cheap. 14.
It's very cheap. Ilya, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I'd like to tell him that the business that will work in Goa, okay, because it's starting from October till February. It's a high season. Uh,
October to February is high season. Okay. Okay.
Yes, and after that, because it's like summer season, like in Goa. Okay, people come because there's a lot of festivals also going to happen in Goa in December, January. Then also a lot of people from different countries come to Goa because of their like because of the like winter seasons. Like for example, most of the European countries there is like winter season. Okay, so they come up to India or maybe in different part of Asia to go and to like enjoy their winter vacations, right? So in Goa, it will be the best investment time, I believe. That will be from summer season, right? That will be our summer. That will be from like May. I'll say it's from March to July or June because it's very hot in India at that time. So people like don't go they don't go over there to. And yes, it's in winter. It's very high. So what I will do, Elio, I will be going to send you the link of that property. All right, so you
Mhm.
can go through it that property, okay, and I also go through it. I'll also talk to the owner as well. So if the property is working good, and if the owner is also good to be for the collaborations and all for the investment, then definitely we're going to talk to him, right?
Yes. Yes. We're gonna talk to him definitely.
Yeah, I would say look at every third Tuesday night every month for the next 12 months, and you'll get a sense of what the blended average nightly rate is.
What are we
Yeah.
looking here? What should be the average daily rate? If they're asking for a 6,000, let's say, no, per year, what do we want to see as a good number, as a sign? What should be the ADR, average daily rate? What should be the occupancy?
Well, I'd have to take out a calculator, which is the reason why I say in your email, make sure you take pencil to paper and do the math. But There's another variable in the case of this situation, and the variable is how many rooms does it have?
Yeah, that's right. Is it 16 rooms, Abhinav?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is about conversion. Today is about conversion. So actually, this is the second series of this show, the Empower Show of Hospitality. We've been talking the first season. It was about how to manage a property. It was dedicated to people already in the business with a property, managing a property. So very much for Nathan. And now we're talking about how to get into the game, how to acquire property. And it couldn't have been better than today. After yesterday, we were on the go. Now we were traveling. Nathan just arrived. I just arrived here on destination, and now we are in this beautiful property, and we're talking about how to convert all your time you're putting into this business, and how to acquire property based on this great offer. So you have a private investor that is willing to take a chance on you. You don't need to do whole the thing yourself, so you can just team up. Nathan is here, and we'll be happy to assist you with this. So, like he said, you got his email. If you didn't get it, I think Sepo has put it in the comment. We can also give it to you again. And I think now we are about to wrap up. I don't know if you have anything else to say, Abhinav. Maybe you want to give some cash out to people like we always do, and we can
Yeah.
close this. Nathan can go to sleep. He's very tired.
Sure, definitely, definitely. I'm not tired, but yes, a little bit like hell. Now, first of all, thank you so much for coming on this live event that we are doing on daily basis, and also to the guest, to the special guest who just joined us, and he has explained everything about the investment and the conversations and everything. So I'll say thank you so much for coming and joining us from Italy. And yes, one more thing that we are going to do, that will be in the end of this October. It will be on 31st. We will be on London. All right, that will be the host event. It's the biggest event in Europe, and we will be there. Our stand number is 124, so you can join us if you have any questions about Mondosol, how we work, and everything. You can definitely go and talk personally with us. And yes, for the cast today, we have like we talk about this on every day. So we have this one today as well. If you are looking for some cash, that will be you need to go on shop.mondosol.com. Right, create your account. If once you create your account, you would be getting $10 in your Mondosol account. Then once you share with your, like, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram, then you will also get again one $10 more. And yes, once you celebrate your birthday with us, you will put your birthday dates and everything. Then you will be getting around $10 more. So in total, you will be getting $30 just to sign up with Mondosol. On that will be on Mondosol shop. All right, we have two different things. Mondosol.com is for the for the properties and for the travelers, and shop.mondosol.com it's for the shops, like to buy the products and all. Yes, definitely we are going to announce a new things that will be very soon after the end of this webinar. That will be on 17th of October, once this series will be going to end. After that, we will be going to give a very good news to the people who are watching us. So yes, once you create your account on shop, then you will be getting $30 in the beginning. That will be like $10 just to create your account. You can create your account with your Facebook ID, with your LinkedIn, with your Instagram, and with your Amazon as well. Amazon account that you have. So if you are not interested, if you're lazy enough to put your email address in your name, then you can just sign up with your Facebook, Instagram, or your Amazon account, right? Then once you sign up with us, you will be getting a $10. All right, then after that, once you share us on Facebook, on your Facebook, and on Instagram, on or on um, LinkedIn, that you'll be getting $10 more. And after sharing your birthday with us, you'll be getting $10 more now. there would be a refer link. All right. So once you share, like for example, once you sign up with us with us on Mondosol shop, you will get a referral link, and once you share that referral link with your family, friends, or your family members, then the
Yep.
person who's going to sign up with that friend, that will be going to get this. Elio, Elio, this is not good.